Good morning, everyone. It's Tess, and today's tip 315. I'm kind of backing up my time a little bit on these because as it looks, we're going back to the office in January, so I want to make sure I'm getting these in before workday starts. And today is actually the last of a 7-day that I was doing out of the Tony Robbins Awaken the Giant Within. There was a section in the book where he was giving like his 7 tips on improving your life and up-leveling your life. Hi, Eileen. Good to see you. And of the tips that Tony Robbins put together, the 7 things to kind of focus on, the first one, day 1, was about emotions, which is your mood, how you're feeling. Are you happy? Are you joyful? Or are you angry, frustrated? Good morning, good morning. And I'm going to say I totally agree with this. This is one of the first things I worked on when I got in the Doc V Challenge, as I started to recognize that I had a choice. Do I want to choose to feel happy and joyful and full of love, or do I want to choose to always look at what I think isn't going right? And what I'm choosing is feeling good, I've recognized makes me make better decisions. So his day 1, I totally agreed with it. Day 2, healthy eating, I definitely agree with that. And what he was kind of talking about is looking at fueling your body and how you feel. And I know this is true of me. If I fuel better, I actually get to a point where I am eating foods that give me more energy through the day. Like as an accounting person, hi Mary Lynn, good to see you. As an accounting person, I know that I feel better when I'm eating like more. If I'm eating my green smoothie or my salad, my workday will go a whole lot better than if I'm eating something that's heavy and processed. So it is true what Doc V is telling all of us, get back to natural as much as possible. I'll even say my bariatric team was the same way. They wanted us to get back to natural because at this point I'm 5 years out, so I'm not in that critical stage where everything was different. Hi, Miss Lori, good to see you. And then number 3 is relationships. And again, I'm just kind of going over the 7 tips. Today's the rest and play day. So we know that's kind of a fun one that we all know how to do. But day 3, his first one was about how you feel. Remember, feeling good helps you make better decisions. Day 2 is how you fuel the food you eat, make you better equipped to make better decisions, because then you're not like bogged down by food that is your body's fighting to process. 3 was relationships. The people that are important in your life, identifying what are their absolutes, so that in order to make the relationship stronger, if you know their absolutes, it helps you to interact with them in a better way. Number 4 is finances, and a lot of us are working on finances and trying to be ready for whatever the world holds in moving forward. You know, my mom and I were talking about that when we walked this morning, because again, we got our 2 miles in early this morning. That's just one of those things we do. And we were talking about that during the past 2 years, I've worked to make sure that I'm moving forward, so that as I move into what I can decide what the next stages of my life are going to be. I'm not going to be scrambling. I'm going to be deciding. And it feels a lot better to be in a position to make a decision than to feel like you're just grabbing whatever is available. I'm getting to decide what my future is. That doesn't mean that I get to sit back on the couch with the remote control and Netflix. It means that I've been studying, I've been learning, I've been taking classes, I've been in mentoring groups, I've been going on trips to meet with other business people, but I've worked forward. I've worked looking forward, or as Doc V says, I shoot, I go down the road, I readjust my aim, and I shoot again. I've learned to stop standing still. I'm moving forward. I'm not always exactly sure where I'll end up, but I just keep moving forward, because some kind of forward momentum feels a whole lot better than being stuck in a pit going downward. Number 5 was, are you in control or are you being controlled? That kind of almost falls back to number 4, actually all of them. If you're going to be the leader of your life, you have to take action. You can't sit back and watch. And that means all areas of your life, how you feel, what you fuel with, how your relationships are, how your finances are. And then yesterday I was talking about time management, and Tony Robbins kind of pointed out that in time management, it's up to you to decide, are you going to count the minutes? And somebody in a classroom I had once, and I forgot about this till now, I had an instructor who had a sign on the by his clock in his classroom, and it said, "Time will pass. How about you?" And I'm like, oh, that was kind of tough, but he was saying, stop watching the clock. And it's kind of the same message Tony Robbins was saying, is you need to get involved in what you're doing, because time will pass faster. Time will pass in a way that feels good if you become absorbed in what you're working on. And that is true. We all have something that we've worked on, and all of a sudden we look up and an hour's passed. So if you learn to try to connect to what you're working on instead of worrying about time, one, it keeps you moving forward also, and it just feels better. A lot of it is about feeling good. For a long time, I thought feeling good wasn't really what the goal was, but I'm recognizing that I'm so much more productive when I feel good because I'm putting myself in a place of win. And then today, Tony Robbins was talking about just for rest and play. And for rest and play, he actually, of course, didn't say the remote control in Netflix, although, I mean, an occasional movie and doing things with friends, that's a great thing. But he said on your rest and play days, and he said you should have one of those each week, if you can, and or at least a portion of a day every day. But he said when you're on your rest and play day, try to be spontaneous, try to be outrageous, try to jump outside of what is normal for you, try to experience new things, because it just kind of puts you in a place where it's like it takes you outside of the box. I think the greatest achievements and the greatest accomplishments are the people that jump outside of the box. Those are the ones that are going to cure cancer. Those are the ones that are going to find the tools that make the life that we lead even better. There was a quote, and the guy's name is Menicus, and it says, "The great man is he that does not lose his child's heart." The kind of pointers that Tony Robbins put together in making the best of your rest and play day is add some new activities, break completely from your routine and unwind while trying something new. Like I talked to my goddaughter this morning, and she's declared today as her reading day. So now after I take my final exam next week, I'm going to have to declare a reading day so we can catch up on the book that we're reading together, because she's going to be ahead of me after today's reading. The other thing he says is connect with new people, and I've been so blessed with that the past 2 years. Lori's a new friend, John Clark is a new friend, Doc V is new, Chris Noggle is new, Stephen Nagy is new, Shauna from Chris's group is new. All the people, Mary Lynn is new, Lori and John, everybody. I have so many new friends, and you know, it turned into so many new cheerleaders, so many people that are always there, and it is that connecting with a circle of people who have the desire to move forward with you, and it feels good. So connect with new people because they know things that you don't, and maybe you know things that they don't, and that just brings us all that much more forward. It says, take a trip on a full itinerary. My dad is really good at that because he'll just drive down the road. But I was even thinking locally where I'm at, I could just start like trying to find lighthouses because I'm in a state with lots of lighthouses. Or you know, there's all kinds of adventures like that you can find. Take a trip the full itinerary, I said that. And then it also talks about get excited, enjoy. And the quote that he kind of came up with, I thought was so meaningful in all areas of our life, business, personal, everything. Fear kills spontaneity. And it's basically, you've got to kill the fear. You've got to learn to be excited about life. And that's true. I've lived my life often fearful that I was making a bad decision, but I'm a lot happier in my life now that I've been reaching out of that fear and saying, you know what? I've got skills. I've got a network. I know how to land on my feet and keep moving forward. A life, Les Brown talks about it. You don't want to take your gifts to the graveyard with you. So that's going to mean doing something different than you did the day before. Connect to new people, have that new adventure, learn something new, do something to reach past what's normal for you. And I also kind of, because I always do this kind of silly stuff, but I also actually looked for a list of spontaneous things that we can all do, just in case you're stuck in a rut and you don't know what to do. So here's a list of things that I found that we can do so that we can stay connected with that childlike person inside of us, so that we can reach out, be creative, and make life look different going forward and better. And here are some ideas that they threw out as possibilities to just have a spontaneous rest and play day. It says you can visit a local park, you can golf, you can visit a local farm, you can go fishing, you can fly a kite, you can chase a sunset. That sounds fun to me. We know I love my sunrises and sunsets. Pick fruit, raspberry picking, strawberry picking, blueberry picking. You can go rock climbing or hiking. I know somebody from one of my groups is a rock climber, and I keep saying, if I make it to Arizona, I want to go on climbing rocks or mountain climbing with you. It says get wet. You can surf, kayak, paddleboard, chase waterfalls. I think that one sounds kind of fun too. Chase lighthouses, ride a bike, try a new sport, sign up for a race. And that's fun too. I've done that with my mom and my sister and my cousins. It says go to a street art fair and then maybe have lunch with some friends. That's always fun. And you can see new art, because art is something, as a number person, I like to see art because it shifts my mind to the other side of the brain. Try a new mode of transportation. That's kind of fun. Like we have a place called Greenfield Village local here. And if you go there, you can be in a Model T, you can be on a train, you can be in I think they had a boat at a period of time. So just try something different because it feels good. You can go to a zoo, an aquarium, a botanical garden, a museum, a planetarium, listen to local music, go to a local bar, find the nearest world's largest and visit it. Like we used to in Ohio when I was a child, they had the world's largest ball of yarn. I don't remember if we ever went and saw it, but that was interesting. Hi, Joan. Good to see you. I haven't seen you in a while. Good morning. And right now I'm just kind of talking about things that you can do spontaneous on your rest and play day. And so it was that find that nearest world's largest, volunteer, take a cooking class, karaoke, go to a winery, go to a flea market, go to a library. It says work on gardening skills, bowling, go to an escape room, a craft class. I've done that with family. We've gone at Christmas time to a local Joann's and created Christmas ornaments. I have an aunt who makes beautiful quilts. You can go camping or glamping, because glamping is that one-up of camping. You can cake decorate, you can dance, and you can just take a road trip to see what you might find along the way. But those are all some great ideas just to get out of what's normal or not be stuck in front of the television with the remote and Netflix on that rest and play day. That's that way to reach out. So I'll briefly remind you of the 7 tips Tony Robbins said for up-leveling your life. Today was the rest and play day, and we all need some of that. It's a creativity day. It's a day to just reconnect with yourself and to comfort yourself, to soothe yourself. But his first one was control your emotions. Are you happy and joyful? We make better decisions when we live in happy and joy. Control your eating. If we're eating healthier, I find that I can make better decisions and my problem solving is better. Relationships. Learn the absolutes of those that are important to you in your life. You may not know it, but like Tony Robbins mentioned, he has a very well-known celebrity friend that unless you talk to him twice a week, he doesn't feel that you're of value to him. I'm going to take a road trip someday, and search for, yes, Laura, you're on. We're going to go lighthouse searching. And there's a ton of them. I actually looked it up already because there's a whole bunch of them. And I did hit 1 or 2 with my parents not too long ago. And it's kind of fun. So we'll definitely do that. So definitely look for the adventure. So look, when you're feeling your mood start to shift, work on your mood shift, and then we'll eat healthy, because then we'll have more energy to hit more lighthouses and more sunsets and more museums and more paddleboarding, whatever's out there to do. Our relationships are important because I think people genuinely love each other and want to see each other succeed. It's just sometimes emotions get in the way, and we can overcome that because we're strong. Finances, we're all working on that together. We're not going to let life happen to us. We're going to be moving forward, and no matter whatever presents, we're going to move past it and into the next. We'll find the way to make this life the best when it's possible. We're not taking our gifts to the grave with us. So that's in controlling our lives instead of being controlled. Time management is just simply don't focus on the minutes, just focus on the project getting consumed in it, and all of a sudden you'll look up and realize that time moved on. But if you focus on the clock, that's the only thing you'll get accomplished that day. And then we'll find time for rest and play because we're going to all hit those things. Like Lori and I will hit lighthouses. So anybody wants to join us, we'll go lighthouses, sunrises, sunsets. Maybe we'll find a few waterfalls in there because I even know there's some waterfalls local around here. But there's some beautiful adventures. Even here, and it's a few-hour ride, Mackinac Island is a beautiful, beautiful island. It's like stepping back in time, but it's such a cool place to go. And that's what you need. Every state has a beautiful adventure waiting for us to join. So you guys have a beautiful day. It's Sunday. Make yourself feel good. Spend some time soothing and making yourself feel good because you are worth it. And when you feel good, life unfolds in better ways because you're better equipped to handle anything that comes before you. Thank you for being here, you guys. I appreciate you and have a beautiful Sunday.